Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, today you will learn Madani Qaida lesson number 3. Let's start from the rules. First of all, we will learn some rules about lesson 3 and then we will start reading from line 1. Okay, the first rule. The plural of harka is harkat. Zabar, Zir and Pesh are called harakat. Zabar and Pesh are placed above the letter, whereas Zir is placed underneath. Number 2. The letter which has a harka on it is called mutaharrik. Pronounce the Zabar by opening the mouth and raising the voice, Zir by dropping the voice, and Pesh by the rounding of the lips. Pronounce the harakat in an Arabic accent without stretching or suddenly pausing the voice. If a haraka or sukoon is present on an alif, then pronounce it as hamza. If the letter ra has a zabar or pesh on it, pronounce it with a thick tone. If the letter ra has a zair below it, pronounce it with a thin tone. These are the rules of lesson number 3. Let's try to understand about the rules. Look at the signs in the boxes on the top of the letters and the below of some letters. Zabar, Zir and Pesh. These signs are harakat, Zabar, Zir and Pesh. And you have to read these letters without stretching and without sudden pause. You will see how to read when I teach. Let's start from line 1. You can read after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Hamza zabar a, Hamza zir I, Hamza pesh u, a, I, u. You can see I didn't read alif zabar a, alif zir I, because you read in the rules that when alif has zabar zir or pesh on it, you have to read it as hamza. Do not read as alif zabar a, alif zir I or something. That's why we read hamza zabar a, hamza zir I, hamza pesh u. And if you read hamza zabar a, hamza zir I, hamza pesh u, that means you are stretching, which is not correct. You learned in the rules that harakat are pronounced without stretching. If you read as hamza zabar a, hamza zir I, hamza pesh u, it is also wrong because you are making sudden pause, and sudden pause is not allowed in harakat. So you have to read without sudden pause and without stretching. Hamza zabar a, hamza zir I, hamza pesh u, a, I, u, like this. Next, ba zabar ba zir bi, ba pesh bu, ba, bi, bu. Ta zabar ta zir ti, ta pesh tu, ta, ti, tu. Tha zabar tha zir thi, tha pesh thu, tha, thi, thu. You have to read tha without whistle sound. If you read it as sa zabar sa zir si, sa pesh su with whistle, that is wrong. That is not correct. You have to read tha without whistle sound. Put the tongue under the upper teeth, as I told you in lesson 1, and read tha zabar tha zir thi, tha pesh thu, tha, thi, thu. Next line. Jim zabar jim zir ji, jim pesh ju, ja, ji, ju. Ha zabar ha zir hi, ha pesh hu, ha, hi, hu. You have to read ha from the middle part of your throat. If you read it as ha zabar ha zir hi, ha pesh hu, it is completely wrong. It's not correct. You have to pronounce it from the middle part of your throat, not the bottom part of your throat. Like this. Ha zabar ha. Ha zir hi. Ha pesh hu. Ha hi hu. Next line. Kha zabar kha. Kha zir khi. Kha pesh khu. Kha khi khu. You have to read kha with thicker voice because kha is from Mustalia letters. You learned about Mustalia letters in lesson number 1. The 7 Mustalia letters are always pronounced with a thick tone. Next. Dal zabar da. Dal zir di. Dal pesh du. Da di du. Dal zabar da. Dal zir di. Dal pesh du. Da di du. You have to read dal without whistle sound. If you read a zal zabar za, zal zir zi, zal pesh zu, it is not correct because you are reading with whistle. You have to read without whistle like this. Zal zabar za, zal zir di, zal pesh du, da di du. Ra zabar ra, ra zir ri, ra pesh ru, ra ri ru. You learned in the rules that when the letter Ra has Zabar or Pesh on it, you have to read with thick tone. When it has Zir below it, you have to read with thin tone. You can see in these boxes, in the first one Ra has Zabar, and second Ra has Zir, and third Ra has Pesh. So when it has Zabar or Pesh, you have to read with thick tone. When it has Zir below it, read with thin tone. Next. Za Zabar za, za Zir zi, za pesh zu, za zi zu. It is za. You have to read it with whistle as I write z like this. Za zabar za. Next. Sin zabar sa, sin zir si, sin pesh su, sa si su. Next page. Shin zabar sha, shin zir shi, shin pesh shu, sha shi shu. Sod zabar so, sod zir si, sod pesh su, so si su. You have to read sod with whistle sound as well as with thick tone because sod is also from Mustalia letters. Next line. Dod zabar do, dod zir di, dod pesh du, do di du. Thick tone. To zabar to zir ti, to pesh tu, to ti tu. It's also Mustalia letter. Do zabar do zir di, do pesh du, do di du. You have to read do without whistle as well as with thick tone. If you read as za zabar za zir zi, za pesh zu, it is not correct because you are reading with whistle sound. Tho is pronounced without whistle sound, like this. Tho zabar tho, tho zir vi, tho pesh thu, tho vi thu. Ain zabar a, ain zir I, ain pesh u, a I u. You have to pronounce ain from the middle part of your throat. If you read ain zabar a, ain zir I, ain pesh u, it is not correct. You are reading it as Hamza. Pronounce it from the middle part of your throat softly like ain zabar a, ain zir I, ain pesh u, a I u. Next line. Ghain zabar gha, ghain zir ghi, ghain pesh ghu, gha ghi ghu with thick tone. Fa zabar fa, fa zir fi, fa pesh fu, fa fi fu. Qaf zabar qa, qaf zir qi, qaf pesh qu, qa qi qu with thick tone. Next. Kaf zabar ka, kaf zir ki, kaf pesh ku, ka, ki, ku. With normal voice because it is not from Mustaliya letters. Next line. Lam zabar la, lam zir li, lam pesh lu, la, li, lu. Mim zabar ma, mim zir mi, mim pesh mu, ma, mi, mu. Noon zabar na, noon zir ni, noon pesh nu, na, ni, nu. Waw zabar wa, waw zir wi, waw pesh vu, wa, wi, vu. Ha zabar ha, ha zir hi, ha pesh hu, ha, hi, hu. Hamza zabar a, hamza zir i, hamza pesh u, a, i, u. Ya zabar ya, ya zir yi, ya pesh yu, ya, yi, yu. Alhamdulillah, you have finished lesson number 3. Inshallah tomorrow you will learn lesson number 4.